So let's say you got a random scoop of crayons. And with these crayons, we want to get about 10 to be selected for jury duty. If we were to simulate the process of jury selection, we would get a random part of the population and complete tests on them in order to see if they're fit for jury duty. These would be tests on sharpness and drawing ability, and those that are not exemplary are striked out from the jury. As we eliminate more and more crayons from the population, more and more trends become apparent, such as the remaining colors of the crayons. You may look at the results of the two groups and call it a coincidence. But what if I were to tell you that this has happened in every case of crayon selection and accurately pictures our society? Jury selection is the process of selecting potential jurors to act on a case. Jurors are often filtered through a process to make sure the jurors are fit to act on a trial. It is long and often requires a tedious process to fairly select a random jury, but this is not often the case. For millions of Americans, it is unfair in its use of racially motivated strikes to strike out African Americans from the jury process. The issue has opened up large controversy in how it contributes to a bigger system of the systemic oppression of African Americans from the U.S. law system. Brian Stevenson, author of Just Mercy, opened up on how the courts use tactics such as racially motivated strikes, disguised as race neutral strikes, to remove as many African Americans as possible from the process, due to the notion that African Americans are less likely to incarcerate individuals and are more resistant to the law. This striking often leads to all white or non diverse juries, who statistically have been more likely to incarcerate individuals regardless of the information and can lead to more false imprisonment. This can result in large consequences and has led to the historically high incarceration of African Americans, even in comparison to other races. This mass incarceration of Black Americans has led to the oppression of African Americans for decades and has pushed against the struggle of truly being equal in the eyes of the law. This issue is seemingly widespread across the United States at all court levels and is too complex of a problem to challenge at first glance. But despite this, there are solutions to combat it. One way to tackle the issue at the roots of the problem is implicit bias and diversity training, which can help combat the unconscious biases that attorneys and judges have that often lead to the striking of African Americans. Another option is to reach out to local and state politicians and propose solutions to the plaguing problem, such as stricter laws on jury strike. For every crayon that has ever been unfairly excluded, they can never be excluded again. From California to Missouri, allow everyone to be a jury.